What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Paul for Reactions. And today, look what we got here. The one and only Taras Stanin. What's up, brother?
What's up?
How's it going? Everything good?
Yeah, the weather is so good. Here, right now.
Right now. You know what? Actually, if you're wondering where we are in this very beautiful place in Istanbul that I didn't know about. But Taras found us this morning, right? You came down from the hotel.
This morning. My hotel was like 10 minutes away from this place. It was like about to eat something and find this place. So beautiful. It's called Galata Madapaport. Galata Madapur.
Gata, there you go. Very beautiful. I think it's pretty new. And yeah, I mean, the air right now, the time is perfect. We didn't plan this interview, this meetup. It just came spontaneous. It is perfect. And I know that many of you have waited for this because you requested this amazing person's, I mean, it's not just music, it's really magic. We're gonna talk about this. One of the best beatboxers on earth, but definitely one of the most versatile ones. So you are very much maybe not a beatboxer that everybody thinks of, but you create a style that I would call Taras style, with singing, with melodies, harmonies. How did you come up? How did you start with that?
I was starting of like I was hating about thing that there's a beatbox and hating beatboxers, hating beatbox and everything that's near about it. In 2010, I found a video on the internet and there was a guy who did a beatbox pretty different from others, and I was like, this is different. Okay, this can be good. This could be better. It's have a potential. And in my mind, beatbox was like these words you just said. So it take me 15 years to do a video that I was thinking in my head, that I was having in my mind. So it took me 50 years to have this singing, beatboxing. So for me, beatbox is music. It can be music.
Yes.
It's like 80% music now.
Yes.
When I'm doing it, I'm trying to come up with my ideas. So that's what's on my mind. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm on a halfway there. So halfway to there.
For us and for many at home, you already arrived. The first time I reviewed you, I was blown away, and behind the scenes we just talked about this, because we are confronted with music, even right now, 24/7 as a human, and yet very rarely it's the moment where you are stopping. You're like, wait a second, that is different. And with your music, I have it all the time. So first of all, thank you so much for creating this art for everybody. But then again, you know, I wanted to ask you, where do you always have the inspiration to come up with ideas like, for example, Change, Deftones cover song, which is amazing, by the way. People love it.
Thank you. But I want to mention one thing that is so hard for me to speak English, not my native language, but I'm trying. So sorry about some grammar issues. You'll understand me anyway. I hope. So try. Let us try. Give me a try. I have inspiration from other things, not from music at all. One of my biggest inspiration. You're like, what? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow. Beatboxer.
Even he was like, wow. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to this channel. I'm not sure if we released the first part, but we had an amazing first part right behind us. So, Taras, welcome back again to this channel.
You know Shazam?
Yeah.
And there's a video of Deftones Change. You're already doing the reaction. And he says that we're not in the same room. Or maybe you did.
No,
he said that we was in the same room then.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
Yeah, Shazam, he's from Berlin, right?
Yeah.
And he's from Germany. Yeah, very good guy. Shout out to him. I saw some of his videos. Cool guy.
Miss you.
So I had another question, because I was always thinking, when I read the comments, people say to your style sometimes, ha, this is fake beatbox, because live he cannot do this. Well, let me tell you, he just did it live behind the scenes all the time. So is beatbox always in your mind 24/7? How is it for you?
Yeah, almost. I cannot do a vacation without thinking about, my beatboxing is work for me. Also, I enjoyed it. So, but always I'm going by Uber. I listen to radio or trying to find some sounds. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also about these fake comments, I think if we have not electricity, you can go with the electric guitar, but the sound of electric guitar. So that's why I'm coming with. So without electricity, yeah, you know.
I'm telling you, I'm not joking.
Cheap wires.
It is exactly sounding the way you hear it online. Wow, dude. Can you give us another demonstration? Come on.
Oh, this is a famous one. I don't want, no. I don't want to no. If you bring me, leave it on the low. Cause my heart keeps speaking any. Oh, wrong pitch. If you creep, still let it show. Oh, baby.
This is crazy. This is literally crazy, dude. Man, so you've been doing this for 15 years, right? You started the first time?
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you will put this moment. I was already trying to answer this question before the security came to us, the guard of this zone. I was thinking that I'm starting beatboxing because I was thinking it has a potential, but I was a hater of beatboxing. I was like, it's so strange, guys, you're so strange. And because I started on this point that I was hating on beatboxing, and I was just started to see some potential in it, I'm so toxic and I'm so critical on my beatboxing. I dropped 90% of things I'm come up with.
Yeah.
So I try to shape it and try to find a perfect shape for beatbox routine.
Yeah.
Not always, not in a past, because I have some cringy videos, but that's okay. I was practicing and some people recorded me. So now that's what my main goal is. And also, I don't know if it will be good. You also asked me about inspiration, and I try to connect this to answers. Inspiration comes from other things and not music and not beatboxing.
Yeah.
So a lot of things give me some inspiration.
Yeah.
Because I think we as a beatboxers, we're trying to create something that never exists. We're trying to imitate some synthesizer that is not existing in the way we perform it.
Right.
Because, for example, I give an example of one particular sound. I was thinking it's impossible to do with beatboxing.
All right, here we go.
Like there's a Reese bass in electronic music. It sounds like. It sounds almost exactly like Reese bass.
Right.
I'm not in like a good shape right now. I'm on vacation, and it's. But when I record it, for example, it sounds better than an electric synthesizer,
Right.
because it's biological synthesizer.
Yes.
And before beatboxing, there was no biological synthesizers.
Right, right.
That's what crazy thing is.
Yeah.
Because, of course, I will lose a guitar battle if I only will use my because guitar have several strings and
Yeah.
you can play a chord. But because it's biological sound,
Right.
it's hit different.
That's true. We talked about earlier about AI being sounding too digital. In
Yeah.
that case, it's the opposite. You're completely correct.
Yes.
Because you're creating something organic, mimicking a guitar, I don't know, maybe a piano if you can. And that makes it more appealing to other people. That's why people like it so much.
Yes.
And also, of course, because it is still very unusual to people to understand that you can create so many different layers at the same time, and then of course breathing as well.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
And when I just started, it was like beatboxers imitate that they doing two sounds at the same time.
Yes.
But now it's possible. For example, if I will do something like a cymbal sound of a drum set, I can add a. It will sound combined. It will sound like some breathy synthesizer. So I'm layering sounds, and I can beatboxers can pitching two layer sounds.
Yeah.
And it's now it's possible. So now beatboxers think trying to find a way to mimic some layer sounds on top of each other. You got it. It's not my native English.
By the way, this is really insane. I mean, I keep saying this, but I've never heard in my life anybody doing those noises the way you do right now and just being so on pitch. It sounds so crazy. It is really hard to explain maybe to everybody behind the camera being at home right now. This is extraordinary. So when you go around and you do this, do people like stop you like, hey, wait a second, was that him or was it a bird or what was it?
Yeah. For example, for cats or
this is crazy, bro.
People not looking at me because they're thinking like, okay, it's some sort of dog behind me, whatever.
You know, when it comes to the scene, the beatbox scene, as you said, because we're more or less from the same generation, I remember the same. When I grew up high school, there was one guy doing boom, chick, boom, boom. We're like, what is that, right?
I was doing impression of beatboxers. Exactly, you did.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was riding a skateboard and BMX, and I was like, me and my friends at the time, we were mimicking like boom, x, boom, x, BMX, BMX. And one, my classmate said, "Yo, sounds cool." I was like, "Do really people think this is cool?" And I was like, okay, maybe I will Google some beatboxing, and then I found the video. I was like, okay, beatbox have some potential.
Potential. I mean, again, the way you create your songs. You mentioned earlier you want to go like maybe for another style, another combination, I mean, what I mean by that, another genre combining with beatbox without telling you too much. Taras is planning a lot of cool things, good things. Stick around. I think this is refreshing. Even now in the beatbox industry, which is pretty big now, you are still somehow leading, creating something that is very smart all the time. It feels to me like you're always one step ahead. You come up with a very cool constellation with stuff that people never heard and never thought of. So you have this as well. You know, you're very creative, but you have the mindset. Like you're constantly thinking, and I think this is extraordinary.
Thank you, because I'm put a lot of time and work in it. I'm working on an idea. I'm working on a, how do you say it, extraordinary thing, or
like a concept or
concept, a lot. Like I write it on the paper, then I delete some things, you know, try and experiment in something. For example, before this vacation, I was 3 weeks straight. I was recording one thing, and I was like, I cannot do this. I will drop it.
Right.
I will do next thing and I spent 3 weeks on it.
Yeah, that's great.
And I was like, delete. So and I think the problem that other boxers, there was like, okay, I will stand behind this blurry, colorful black background and we'll do the same thing. Why are you not going viral? I'm doing a lot of work before I will drop out something on the internet. There is a thing. It's work. It's work. You should work, and you should be sweaty. Mom, spaghetti. I'm nervous. You know. That's what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to explain something in a different, not native English. So.
But I think everybody understands. And you know, when it comes to normal songwriting, I compare the normal songwriting to yours. Yours has layers over layers. I mean, you have to use so much. It's crazy how long it takes. So I understand that after 2 weeks, you say, you know what?
Yes.
It doesn't work, but it's hard, but you need to do this.
That's the thing. You see, it doesn't work. That's the thing. That's the main point. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, why should we still? After 2 weeks, it doesn't work. Okay, 3 weeks. Now I'll delete it.
Dude, it's amazing. I have another question. I realized something with your videos in specific. Your quality is outstanding. The production, the sound.
Sound.
I mean, the sound is outstanding. You also produce for other artists. I mean, it just sounds so unique. How did you learn to produce that well?
There was a lot of, like I said, stories about me trying to start making some music, and I've already told you on this place that they kicked us from. I'm very, very toxic and critical myself,
Yeah.
but in a really good way.
Constructive way.
Yeah, constructive way. I'm not like toxic on me and then will fall into depression.
Right.
I like toxic on me and like, yo, this is not working, or this is bad. Be honest with you. It's bad, so rather you will learn how to do it good, rather drop it and do next thing.
Yeah.
So it happened a lot for me. As a musician, I was trying to start making music. I was watching tons of tutorials on YouTube. I was asking professionals about some really rare stuff.
Yeah.
So not like how to mix kick and bass, but really rare stuff. What they think in terms of this style, what they think and when they, why they choose this sound, or some rare things. And I spent all days on it. I'm really maybe workaholic, but
you're a musician.
I
You're a
really-
musician. That's what it really is.
yeah, but there's a really a thing between me
Yep.
and musicians.
Yeah.
I'm not falling to depression. as I should say this, because I have some friends that are musicians, and they don't know how to break through some mental stuff.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
happens very often.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me. If something bad happens,
Yeah.
it's okay.
You move on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's totally okay for me. That's why I'm non-stop in working. I can work from morning till late night, and it's not bad for me.
But this is your personality, I guess, right? So if something bad in your life happens, you can work around it and then move on.
Yeah, I see it as like it's happened because of this.
Okay, how can I fix it?
Yeah, and I craft my life myself, so I know why it happens. Why should I be sad about it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm working a lot on ideas, on this, blah blah blah, sound engineering, and it has like a 10 years history.
Wow.
My sound engineering problems and sad stories. So yeah, I was working a lot, so trying to find a way how to sound better and how to record beatboxing, because it's really strange thing to record.
Yeah.
To record, right?
Right.
So
I mean, especially the compression, right? Because sometimes it's hard for the microphone to pick up everything the way it should.
yeah, the distance between the mic also playing the big role.
Yep.
Yeah, I was talking about rare things. I asked other sound engineers. One sound engineer tell that he using 3 mics on a kick drum.
Wow.
And not EQing kick drum, because some mic close to the kick drum, then middle distance,
And then one far away.
far.
So you get the middle thing.
And then room mic for drum set. So and he play 3 mic recording at the same time and balance it in terms of volume.
Right.
That's how he can EQ it.
Like almost like a
Not
Dolby
by
surround.
equalizer, but balancing between distances mics.
Yeah. More
So-
organic again. More organic. I like
Yes, yes. And I was like, it's so cool. It's so cool. And for example, I was performing with the beatboxing, like that was my profession from 2011, I think. I was doing performances on a stage, and I think you cannot find a video of me. And don't try it because it's cringy. It's old stuff. Everybody have that stuff.
Everybody has
that
a
stuff,
start
yeah.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, and but you cannot find a video where I sing like this,
Yeah.
like other beatboxers, like other rappers or modern singers.
Even metal, in metal, when you want to do like something like this, a lot of people cup the mic to create more of this, because it's easier to do this on stage.
Yeah, but in metal singing, it's reasonable because it has some sort of screams have no low ends.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and it's not booing on the mic. So
that's true. Yeah, exactly.
It's like
it's also protecting your voice when you perform every day.
Yeah. But when you go, it's sounds no good. Yeah, that's why I'm doing beatbox like a kick drum in the mic, close to the mic, then middle, and distance when I it's
you need to keep moving the whole time then, right?
Yeah.
This is very important.
Yes.
Wow. So how many layers can you do like almost at the same time? I mean, at the same time it's impossible, but you can do probably like 3-4 layers, like.
I think so. Yeah,
right.
there's a sound I'm working on. I'm not really using it. It happens to me. I was thinking this sound have a potential when I was working on a cover Avicii levels. Oh, sometimes I get a feeling. Yeah. I was because I was doing this side chaining thing. There was a movement of my lip on the teeth, and it creates some vibration.
Oh yeah, right there.
I was like, okay, then I can add, and there's a sometimes it's happens some whistle sound,
Okay.
and it's
Wow.
the note. Really, it's hard to hear the note high pitch, this whistle note. Then it's white note. Then it's tone, and then it's vibration on low. So yeah, and I'm working on, and I can add some. So
This is so
I'm
crazy.
working on it. So maybe.
This is so crazy.
But when I play with the dynamic, it sounds like a future-based style of music. Like well, I was something. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think we will go somewhere with this sound.
For sure.
So someday.
All right, everybody. So right now, because people ask, and I thought it's a good idea, Taras will teach me for the very first time right now the basis. Let's see if I can start beatboxing right now.
You can, because you
Okay.
can speak. And there's a really big mistake by people who doing tutorials on beatbox for beginners.
Yeah.
I mean, for beginners, not like for people who know what beatbox is like. You need to treat beatboxing like a different language.
All right.
So you can say spasibo in Russian, merci in French, thank you in English, and like patapa in beatboxing.
Patapa.
Patapa, right.
Patapa.
And say in a way of whistle. Patapa, 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 patapa. And imagine you try. Patapa, patapa.
People looking, bro.
Yeah.
They're like this. Huh?
Then add K on it. Patapaka, 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 patapaka. Then imagine you're trying to say it to this person. The person is far.
All right.
Patapaka, patapaka. There's a beatboxing. Patapaka. Right. Patapaka. Yeah.
Actually, it really works.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's not like a simple beat. Pataka, pataka, pataka. Because it's easy.
Yeah.
You say patapaka, patapaka.
Yeah,
You can do
wow.
it on the end of the pattern like pataka, 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 pataka. Yeah. You can mimic in the rhythm right now.
Yeah.
And
Wow. That's cool.
there was not like a say poo. No.
Yeah, people
why say
always
poo?
think that, right?
Yeah.
They think like, poo, poo, chick. Especially, do you remember the song with Justin Timberlake? I forgot which one it was. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Don't be so quick to walk away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, that's one. Yeah, and people back then thought like, wow, he's so good because they didn't really know beatboxing that much, you know?
I mean, he's a really great beatboxer.
Yeah.
We need to understand because he's a professional musician, and the way he's doing his beatboxing,
Yes.
his style.
Yes.
And I actually totally accept it because it's his style.
Yeah.
I cannot think in terms of this beatboxer is bad.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
he doing this sound jolly.
Yes.
If it sounds enjoyable,
Then it's good.
then it's good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the only thing that matters.
Do you think this is a problem in the beatbox scene? Because in rock and metal, sometimes people say, I can play the fastest guitar, I'm good, some people. Do you think beatbox has this competition of who is faster?
Yeah,
who
I
is
hate
maybe-
it because
Yeah, of
it's not
course.
about beatboxing. It's people come up with this in 2012, I guess.
Yes.
It all started in 2012, and I was like, beatbox is dying.
Yes.
And
Same with rap. You remember? Everybody wanted to rap fast.
yeah. This is so cringe because I come up not from loving beatboxing, from hating beatboxing. That's
Yeah.
why I treat beatboxing like logically. I love beatboxing, but the thing that happens with beatboxing for the past 10 years is not beatbox at all.
Yeah.
Because people have beatbox from the beginning of the humanoid days.
Definitely, yeah,
Human
probably,
days.
yeah. Before language, yeah.
Yeah, before language.
Yes. Before language, of
Before
course,
language.
all the time.
That's-
Same as drumming. Drumming
Yes,
is the same thing.
yes. By this big stick
Yeah.
on a wood, yeah. Boom, taka, taka, taka,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Yes, drumming and beatboxing. Rhythm come first, then melody
Yeah,
comes second.
yeah.
So that's what music is like. It is, and so people really need to learn history. Not people, but beatboxers.
Yes.
First, need to learn history. Find beatboxers from the previous century. Some first beatboxers that we know from old black and white TV.
Yeah.
And learn what
Yeah.
what beatbox was like,
Yeah.
what it became. Because when I was remembering beatboxing, there was like beatbox OGs
Yes.
and some other beatboxers in
Yes.
school, in
Yes.
my university,
Yeah,
in
especially,
college.
especially school. Same for me. Yeah.
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 Okay, it sounds good, but I was like, the people was strange. The beatboxers was strange, but beatboxers on the TVs was like, they're stars.
Yeah.
Like they was like rock stars.
Yeah, beatbox actually exists for a very long time, as you said. People
Yes.
don't know this, like 70, 80 years ago.
You know,
right?
I was blown away by the fact that Billie Jean by Michael Jackson was
Yes.
created by beatboxing. He's beatboxing on a cassette recorder. So he was like,
Yeah.
that what Michael Jackson did in interview. He was like, I was like, walking, on his backyard and recording this
Yeah.
idea, send it to the Quincy Jones,
Yeah.
and they were like, okay, this is a good melody. Let's try create some demo with the synthesizers. And there's a demo with the synthesizers
Wow.
and a little bit beatboxing with the nonsense singing, no words. I mean,
Wow.
when, you know,
Yeah.
no words, but the singer is singing, trying to deliver the idea. But the first version of Billie Jean was beatboxing, raw beatboxing.
I didn't know
And-
this, but it makes sense.
Yes, it was like into 1982, I guess.
Right.
So it was 80s.
Yeah.
It was 80s, and now beatboxers are competing who faster, who
Yes.
doing more cringy sounds,
Yes.
froggy sounds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's not what beatboxing is about. So
Yeah.
when I see comments
Yeah.
like it's not raw beatboxing, you know
Yes.
nothing about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beatboxing. I know because I love beatboxing.
yeah.
I learn beatboxing. I learn
Yeah.
beatbox history. I know this fact, and you don't know about
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, this is, but I mean, it's easy on the internet to say stuff like this.
Yeah.
And when it comes to rock, the same thing. You know, this guy is faster.
Yes.
So what?
Yes.
But it doesn't sound
With the
good.
guitar solos
Yeah,
that you,
Yeah, exactly. But it's boring sometimes. You know.
Yes.
Because you don't have this soul, the flair. You know, that's the problem.
yeah, it should exist because sometimes you have a desire to watch some genius guitar player
Yes.
play some hard learning stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to hear guitar solo from Hotel California.
Yeah. Oh wow, what a perfect one.
Yeah, but there's a trend on TikTok, like everybody.
Maybe this will be the next one you're gonna cover. Oh, that's
Yeah, I will try. I will try anyway
Okay.
because I was thinking about doing this trend that you know, there's trend on TikTok that there's a then cat and some teenage
Yes.
beautiful guy with the guitar.
yeah.
But there's a really big range between low and high notes that I'm not doing great yet. Yeah, there's a my highest note.
If you reach that, that will be insane.
Yeah, and I'm
Nobody
also
did it.
trying to nail guitar solo from Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah,
Wow.
so high, so hard.
Yeah, this is amazing. So my last question before we leave here is, where do you think will beatbox end up being in the next 5 to 10 years? Because right now, beatbox is really like changing, as you said, not always for the better, sometimes for the worse,
Yeah.
because people compete now a bit too much. But do you think there will be a change? And this is now my thought. I was thinking 2 days ago, before I was sleeping, because that's when you have the best thoughts. I was thinking, if you combine rock and roll or metal on stage with beatbox, this is something I've never seen in my life, like performing live. It will be so cool, like industrial. I mean, that will be something, you know, like maybe you should do this. That would be nice.
Yes, I think we need more hard worker beatboxers because now we have some beatboxers. They just like to record themselves doing beatboxing, not working on the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, I think, few people in the world that doing it the way I like,
Yes.
in their own style, because we need to deliver our own style,
Yeah.
because it's hit different audience.
Yeah.
So I hit my audience, for example. That people find it. Some people hate me, and that's okay because it happens with the music styles. But they can like other beatboxer.
Yeah.
With a different style. Or, I don't know. Maybe they will like just the way he looks.
Yeah.
And there's just I would happy about it because it's still beatboxing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love the idea of beatboxing.
Yeah.
The idea. That's, by the way, why I'm not using loop station. You know loop station?
Oh, of course.
When you
And,
can layer
I
sounds.
remember Loop Station is also very famous, by the way. A lot of French performers do this.
Yes. And I don't use it because this is not my idea of beatboxing. I love the idea of loop station, but not on me. I don't use it because it's not challenging for me.
Yeah.
I like to do challenging stuff. For example, Deftones was challenging one.
Yeah.
It was like Deftones with the beatboxing. First thought is impossible.
Yes.
Then I was trying to figure it out, how to do it, trying to find some right sounds for this, not change the mood of the song.
Yeah.
Of course, it changed the structure. Of course, it's changed the way we perform it.
Yeah.
It's not sound exactly like original.
Yeah.
But the mood the same.
But that's good.
Yes.
You captured the mood completely
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
And Change is such an atmospheric song, which when people cover this, other bands, it's sometimes hard to cover.
Because
but you
they're
did it
trying to
be the same.
Yeah, and they thinking about, for example, guitarists. They trying to doing some sort of thing that they think is good.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to impress people by one sound.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to balance everything that it will be sound like one piece.
Yes. So the product is good, solid at the end.
What product?
Yeah.
Only one product, one song. People will do. I love this particular sound.
Yeah.
I want people to say, I love this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something that in music in general, it's not easy for everybody. You know, for you it feels very organic, but again, some people, like you said, when we hear cover songs, I always say either you do the cover song better or you change it a bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And literally change. He changed it to perfect. I mean, you changed it so well. Taras, this was well done.
Thank you.
I mean, this was one of the best covers I've seen in my life. I mean, literally.
Deftones?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah. And also everybody, make sure to follow Taras. I mean, many good things coming. This is insane. This is very refreshing in the music scene. We are confronted with so many musicians, so many bands. But when I checked you out the first time, I was like, this is new. And also, colleagues of mine reached out to me. I didn't even tell you this. They said, man, who is this guy? I will tell you later more.
Oh, wow.
And I said, yeah, right. He said, this is refreshing, this is new, this is awesome. And also entertaining. You know, that's the other thing. You're very charismatic as a person, which is very important.
There's some parts of work, by the way, too, because you need to. If more than few people watching you, you should work on yourself because maybe there's some kids watching you, and you should be a good example.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to do also, working on it. And by the way, I need to mention that it's really surprising for me in a good way, in the best way possible, that we met in this city.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we here in the same time.
Yeah, this is
Again,
insane.
it's hard for me to explain what I'm trying to say, but you're not living here.
No.
I'm not living here also.
Yeah.
Aaron not living here
Aaron behind
also.
the camera is also not living here. Yeah, Las Vegas.
Yeah. And now we're here just talking about music. That's crazy life I'm living in, you know. You know, right?
We're gonna record new music. I mean, maybe we can do something together one day. That will be amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely changing ideas, you know, always growing together. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. The one and only Taras. Right?
Subscribe.
Subscribe there. Thank you, everybody.